Welcome everyone to The Blocks Have Spoken. As always, it is I, Rob the Gamer 115, and Brett. How you doing, Brett?
This is a big episode for the country lovers out there. I'm doing great. I actually don't like country music.
I also do not like country music.
No, I'm doing good though. It was an episode that we watched. I mean, we'll get into it, but I think I've seen online it is currently the lowest rated Survivor episode of all time, which I don't agree with
That's
at all.
insane.
That is a little too much. Like there's a lot of episodes that deserve that a little more, but I also like. I mean, I get people being pissed, and I mean, I don't know. It definitely does not deserve to be was not the worst.
Yeah. Um it was definitely the weakest episode of this season so far, but the worst rated ever is insane.
Yeah, I mean, there's like
I'm sorry.
the merge episode of Island of the Idols.
That's
Were we rating
exactly
that
what I was gonna
higher?
say. Is you're really gonna say that the merge of Island of the Idols was better? You're gonna say that the episode, actually, for the time period, the Gandhi episode in Thailand probably was highly rated, sadly. Um, but like, come on, there's way worse Survivor episodes out there.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of people just being like very annoyed and like going like I don't know. Usually, like if there's a bad episode of Survivor, it's not like bad enough for people to be like, "Oh, let's review bomb this." But I mean, this dude's sitting here taking up 30 minutes of screen time. I guess like rubbed enough people the wrong way to like start a little like review bomb train.
It's exactly what I think a lot of us, myself included, were concerned about when we first saw the first promotional stuff for 50, where they were like, oh, celebrities are going to be involved. And, with the premiere, we saw the Billie Eilish Booming Idol, and we're like, oh, okay, that's not really intrusive at all. That's not a big
Yeah.
deal. If it's just like that, that's okay. And, like, so I started, at least for me, I started lowering my guard a little, and
Yeah.
we get to the previews for this episode, and we see that what's his name, Zach Brown. I don't even.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say Zach Efron,
I kept saying Zach Bryan, which I think is also a country singer. I got like the two of them confused.
but like I see he's there, and I'm like, okay, maybe he's just there for a quick like couple minutes or whatever, not a big deal. And then I realize what's going on. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
oh.
I really didn't think it was gonna be like it did not have to be this bad and like have this much of a negative reaction, but they went so over the top with it. Like if they cut out the whole section of him giving, I mean, we'll get into his confessionals and who doesn't have confessionals, you know what I mean? But if they take that part out of him going spearfishing, that long segment of him just yapping about his like Survivor experience, like his like relationship with Survivor, and like cut out his encore too. I know we said it in the we have like a little Discord chat when we're like, "Oh, he's finally done," and then he's like, "Here's another song." We're like, "Oh my god, it's still going."
All right, so here's my pitch for how you change it. If look, first of all, it's very easy to say, "Oh, you want to change it, just don't have it happen." But if it's going to happen, here's how you change it to make it better in the future. You ready?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, step 1. I actually disagree with the majority of people. I think you do have to show at least a little bit of him fishing. And
Okay.
here's why, okay? If you cut out all of him fishing and you just have him show up with those massive fish, no one's gonna believe that he caught those fish. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
no one is gonna buy that. Like, for better or for worse, I'm fairly certain we can confidently say that, holy shit, he did actually catch those fish.
Mhm.
Uh, that being said, does it really need to be as long of a section as that was? No. Step 2. Less confessionals of him, more confessionals of the players talking about their love of country music.
Yeah.
Step 3, if you're going to include him singing, only do a little bit, not as much as you did. And step 4, what you do is you have it go, you come back from commercial break, you start the reward. Reward takes at most 10 minutes. You cut out of commercial break, and that's it. That's it.
We
Like,
got to the challenge so fast that I was like, "Oh, we're finally doing a double boot episode." Like it was so quick we got to the challenge. But no, it was just so we could spend all the time with Zach Brown.
yeah, it was really rough. And, to people who enjoy, and let me rephrase this. And I think this is for the majority of people, my critiques on this have literally zero to do with Zach Brown.
Oh, I think he seems like a
Like,
chill
he
guy.
seems
Like
like a good guy. He sounds
yeah,
like a good singer. It is, if there's people out there who are complaining about this, who are complaining about it because they don't like Zach Brown specifically, I think that's kind of an interesting take to have. But like,
yeah.
let me put this in terms. Like, there's a couple singers that I do like to listen to. One of my old favorites, who I still listen to once in a while, is like Eminem. If Eminem's out on Survivor, I'm like, why the fuck is Eminem out on Survivor? Like, if Zach Brown wants to make an appearance on Survivor, then apply to be on the show and get on the show.
Yeah.
Like, I find it hard to believe that Survivor is like, oh yeah, we should have Zach Brown as a reward. But Survivor's not like, oh, Zach Brown wants to play Survivor. Yeah, we should cast him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, that says that Zach Brown's not willing to play the full game. Whether it's because he's too busy with his music career, which is perfectly valid. But like, I don't know. I don't like the idea of showing up just for a reward. It's literally as weird comparison. It's it's worse than Cochrane showing up as a reward in Game Changers, but at least Cochrane showing up there made a little bit of sense. Like,
Yeah. I know the
uh,
idea's been floated out a little bit by some people. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. It's like instead of like these celebrity cameos or like whatever, instead of that, we get like instead of like naming stuff after like celebrity fans or like instead it's like Survivor Legends. This is the Tony Vlachos immunity idol. Maybe we have like oh my god, Boston Rob is like coming for like a reward
no,
instead.
the
Like
issue is that that's too similar to Ghost Island.
yeah.
And for better or for worse, I disagree, I think, with the general consensus. But I think the general consensus is people did not like Ghost Island. I liked it. I liked the twist. I liked everything being brought back. But I think a lot of people didn't. So
Mhm.
I can see why they leaned more for like celebrities instead.
Which is
But
funny because I don't
like,
think Billie Eilish said a thing about Survivor. That's just something I keep seeing people talk about. It's like, does Billie Eilish know she's on Survivor? Like they're talking about her every episode.
well, of course. Here's what I'm more interested in. Okay.
Hmm.
Because one of the following three is true. And I don't know which one it is. And I'm curious your thoughts here. You ready?
Okay.
Did Survivor pay Zach Brown to do this?
Mm.
Did Zach Brown pay Survivor to do this? Or was this just like a mutual agreement? We're both going to benefit, so no money is exchanged.
I think
That's what I'm curious about.
uh, I I'd lean more towards Survivor, like hitting him up and be like, "Yo, would you want to do this?" Like
Well,
I don't
here's the
know.
thing. Here's this. Keep in mind, that's not what I asked.
Okay.
I firmly believe that Zach Brown is the one that approached Survivor with the idea.
Hmm.
But does he approach Survivor and say, "Hey, if you give me $20,000, I'll do this"?
I don't. I don't know. He seems so awkward out there. It's like I feel like it's more likely that Survivor paid him money, so maybe he did ask them, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm down." I just don't see a world where he was like, "Please let me on." They're like, "Oh okay," and then like I don't know. I don't see him asking. I see them asking him more than like him asking them type of thing.
It's like the only reason I think Zach is the one that initiated the idea is because if that were the case, right, then surely there would be quite a few instances of Survivor reaching out to other celebrities, asking if they would be interested and being turned down, right?
Yeah,
And I feel like at least one of those would have leaked. Like,
yeah.
so and so was asked to go on 50 for something, and they turned it down.
The Taylor Swift Tomahawk Idol. What could have been?
Oh my god, if Taylor Swift is out there, how does Charlie react?
Uh, I know he was praying Taylor Swift was about to walk out, and then it was Zach Brown instead.
All right. Is there anything else we need to mention about Zach Brown, or can we ignore it and dissect the rest of the episode now?
The last thing I want to say, it needs to be said. Zach Brown had 4 total confessionals this episode. D has 4 total confessionals on the season. Tiffany has half of that. She has 2 total confessionals on the entire season.
All right.
That
You
just
said
needed to be said.
hang on. No, we're not done there. You said Zach had 4 in that episode, right?
Yes, yes.
I want you to do me a favor and read off every player's name who had 3 or less that episode.
Okay, oh, I'd have to see. Hold on, let me pull up this other chart because I have one that has the total.
Because if I'm correct, because you had showed me the chart, if I remember correctly, like Sari had 0 that episode.
Yep. I know Sari had 0. Jonathan had 0. Let me see. Okay, so you said 3 or less. Angelina, big part of the episode. You know, she could have gone home. She had 2. Ozzy had 2. Stephanie had 2. Chrissy had 1. Coach had 2. Colby 2. And the thing is, these Coach and Colby ones, those are just talking about Zach Brown. So you might as well make those. You might as well put those into the Zach Brown category. Joe had 1. Tiffany 0. Charlie 1. Sari 0. Crazy. D 1.
Maybe I should have asked if there's anyone who did have 4 or more. God damn.
I mean, Rick had 0. Jonathan 0. Rizzo had 1. Like, Zach Brown's beating a lot of people on this list. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Fucking crazy.
Him having more than like a player on the entire season is like the wildest part. Like, that's why I was like, I need to talk about like, people have been talking about, okay, Tiffany has been getting nothing. I mean, she was on this Zach Brown reward and she still got 0 confessionals. Like, this is the second time she's had 0 in an episode out of the 4 that we've had so far, which is wild. Like, we have so many people on this season. Like, so I understand why some people are getting shown less than others. But but when you're giving so much screen time to this guy, and we still have so many people not getting shown because like only so many players can get shown, you know, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I don't know. Like,
yeah, Zach Brown really should have had at most 1 confessional.
Yeah, give him 1 while he's fishing. I'm cool with it.
Literally give him 1 while he's fishing, where he talks about what Survivor means to him, and that's all you need.
No,
if you want, or
100%.
alternatively, if you want him to have a second confessional, have him talking about players that are on the reward. Like, because he said he's seen all of them. So, like, you can have a confessional where he's like, yeah, I've seen Tiffany's gameplay. I didn't really like her during the season, but she's actually a lot more chill in real life. Like, yeah, it's still Zach Brown talking, but at least it's talking about, you know, something else.
Yeah, that would have been interesting to like hear his perspective on the actual players and like because he said he knew all of them. One thing too, he seemed kind of like awkward, like oh my god, like I'm like I feel like I know you guys. This is crazy. Like he seemed kind of like awkward around them at first, like which I guess it is kind of like weird because like oh I feel like I know these people. I've watched them on TV and I'm like meeting them for the first time. But no, I do agree with that. I think a confessional of like giving his perspective on like the certain players would have been pretty interesting to see.
Especially because he has no idea what's going on in this season.
Mhm.
So that could have been interesting. Could have been interesting to see maybe if he would like try to talk strategy with people, but that'd be a little harder, I think, to do.
Oh, you know the
But
better thing I could have said? I could have said 3 players had more confessionals than Zach Brown. That would have been better than going down the
and
list.
hang on. 3 had more. Let me see if I can guess them. You ready?
Okay. Yep, yep, yep.
So one of them obviously has to be Christian.
Yep.
One of them I imagine is Mike White.
Yep.
Really?
Yep. Those are the 3. And then everybody else had less than Zach Brown.
I mean, those 3 make sense because
Yeah.
essentially they are the 3 main people for the episode.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. I think I'm getting sick of Christian.
I need him to not go to a tribal. Please. Like
Wow.
let I,
Unfortunately, we're gonna get into it at the end of the episode, but I'm fairly certain they're going to tribal next week.
yeah. Yeah. Bro needs a break. Like I want to like I love him like that's my favorite player like of all time. I need to see some of these other people play the game, please.
Yeah. Alright. Let's go ahead. We'll pick up the episode from the beginning, but we're not saying the name Zach Brown again. Got it?
No, never, ever, ever, ever.
Alright. So, get back from tribal. Stephanie is obviously concerned that she's going to be the next target because, she was left out of the vote. And for all purposes, she's right to be concerned, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yet, we then spend the next 90 minutes, and I don't think her name is brought up once as a target.
No, I mean even like right after tribal, there's already like mentions of like, oh yeah, Angelina's probably gonna be the next one. Like, don't like right off the bat, it's like already like she's just safe, which I mean I don't really know why. Like, I mean we'll get to it later, but like I would have loved out of this group of people going to tribal, like out of all of them, I would have loved for her to like Stephanie to go home. Like I would have been like, okay, that's like the most desired outcome for me. But obviously that didn't end up happening.
I don't know if I would have loved Stephanie going, but it would have been all right. I
Yeah.
mean, I would have been all right with most people going. Because, like, if Ozzy goes here, like, hypothetically, then, like, you can't deny that he had a damn good run for what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I mean, it's to the same extent, you can say a similar thing about Mike White. He was in a really solid position on his original tribe. He seemed to be in a solid position here. Shit just happens.
Yeah.
But, Ozzy and Emily discussed taking out Angelina. I like how Ozzy's like, yeah, if we take out Angelina, then Mike's gonna become my best friend. Did I miss something?
Yeah, I don't
Why?
really remember them talking like that. Like, I don't know.
Why is Angelina in the way of Mike and Ozzy being friends?
I like bro like really thought that I mean I guess they mentioned that they have like an outside like they've met outside the game like whatever like with his restaurant, but I mean I understand
guess, but
that
like,
like Angelina's like
couldn't
always gonna be his number one, right?
why couldn't Ozzy? Because essentially, what happened in that first vote out is Ozzy and Emily decide to join up with David versus Goliath. I don't understand why Ozzy just doesn't continue to stick with David versus Goliath and just try to target either Stephanie or Emily. Like, it's weird to me.
Yeah, he
But then,
really wanted Mike White all to himself for that
Mhm.
cameo, I guess.
I guess, I don't know. And then Angelina talked about making Stephanie feel comfortable. So I guess Angelina's on board with Stephanie going at this point.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I'm just going to make Stephanie feel comfortable because we don't want her to use a shot in the dark. Which, can't argue with that. good strategy. So yeah, uh, that's basically what happens. Then we go over to the Sela tribe, and we have quite the talent show.
Oh yeah, I mean, what a I mean, obviously we knew that Charlie wasn't going to absolutely destroy Jonathan in a fight, and like from the preview last episode, as they
Yeah,
tried
yeah.
to make it seem. But no, it was a nice little segment. I mean, Rizzo had his little Mickey Mouse thing. I honestly think Charlie and Jonathan got robbed a little bit there. Like maybe Rizzo did more little impressions than we saw, but like I don't know. Like, who would you have voted for in the talent show if you were one of the
It,
judges? Like,
well, it's actually hard for me because I was slightly distracted with uh, things going on in the literal room I was in.
yeah,
So I kind of missed part of it. So I actually didn't get to hear what Rizzo's impressions were.
he just
The
did Mickey
Charlie
Mouse.
Jonathan fight was certainly interesting, and I would vote that over Devin's juggling.
Oh yeah,
But I
that was not
mean,
great.
what was Rizzo doing? Just like an impression of Mickey Mouse?
He literally just did like it was a good impression of Mickey Mouse, but he
I
like
thought when I
that was
heard
it.
Rizzo was doing impressions, I thought he was going to do impressions of people on other tribes.
No, it just bro just ripped like it was a
In
good it
in
was a
that case, I
good
vote
Mickey Mouse
Charlie
impression.
Jonathan. I
Yeah,
vote
I
Charlie
think
Jonathan.
Charlie robbed once again, as they say.
And Charlie is pissed about this talent show,
Yeah, yeah.
which is crazy.
He
Like, we talked about it last week about how Charlie clearly has a little bit of PTSD. He has a lot of PTSD, and it's manifesting in his desire to take out Rizzo.
yeah, I love to hear your thoughts on it because I'm honestly like kind of loving it from Charlie because it seems like it doesn't seem like a great gameplay thing at all. Like bro is like acting purely off of emotion, but like storyline wise, like I'm eating this shit up. Like it is so funny to me, like what
Oh,
he's
yeah,
doing
yeah.
in his
I mean,
like little character arc this season.
as a storyline, sure, it's certainly interesting. You know, it's interesting that of all the people, Charlie has massive beef with Rizzo. You would think that the two of them would actually get along, given I think by quite a bit they are like the two youngest men out here. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're the only two. Are they the only two guys in like their 20s still out here? Because I'm pretty sure both of them are in their 20s.
Yeah. I know
Devin
Rizzo's like
certainly isn't.
25.
Devins, I think, is in his 30s. Christian's, I think, in his 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they are like two of the youngest people out here. I know Rizzo, I think, is the youngest, but Charlie is pretty young too. And like and it's as at least as of this episode, it seems to be one-sided. Like Rizzo doesn't seem like he if anything, Rizzo seems like he kind of likes Charlie.
Yeah, I mean, last episode he was trying to work with them. He was like spilling the details about the Billie Eilish boomerang idol to him, and then
Yeah.
that's where we got the little flashback of Charlie being like, "I hate Rizzo" or
Oh
whatever.
my goodness.
So yeah,
Yeah, I fear that that's not good for Charlie's game. I think it's more likely to backfire on him than succeed.
I'm a little
Because
concerned.
Rizzo's doing a fantastic job right now of making himself not look like a threat at all. So like when Charlie comes across, if they go to like tribal and Charlie comes across aggressively like we have to get Rizzo, it's almost like Jenna all over again.
Mhm.
Where it's like, holy crap, if Charlie is this aggressive going after Rizzo, what is he gonna do later on?
Yeah, I really think Rizzo probably wins this one-sided beef war. Which is unfortunate because I really, I like Charlie. I want him to go far. But if he truly like goes full Jenna Lewis mode, like trying to get Rizzo out, like at the first tribal council they go to, I think that's just like such a mistake and such like a bad like gameplay like from him if he tries to do that.
So we go from the Chris Charlie Rizzo rivalry back to the Aubrey Genevieve rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
Aubrey spending about 5 minutes, I guess, looking for an idol, and Genevieve in the most passive aggressive move I've ever seen is like, "Oh, where are you? Are you lost?" And it's I was not taking sides on this specific issue. I think at this point I'm firmly on Team Aubrey.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Because
hard
if
not to
I'm
root
in
for the
Aubrey's
underdog.
position, if I'm in Aubrey's position and Genevieve is shouting that, and I've literally been gone for like 5 minutes, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Leave me the fuck alone. And of course, then Genevieve looks and immediately finds
Yeah,
Genevieve finds her second boomerang idol. So
I
Genevieve has found two idols, yet has zero idols at the same time.
I feel so bad because, like, a normal season, she's stacked right now. Like, 2 idols would be crazy. And, like, I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. But in my head, like, I truly see in this Aubrey Genevieve war, I see Aubrey coming out on top, like, just solely because she has the idol, or like, I mean, we'll see what happens. But like, if that truly does like end up happening, I feel so bad that she's found 2 idols, but like got to keep none of them.
Yeah, it's a little rough, but that be the game, I guess.
Yeah.
So this time she gives it to Rizzo, which, given that her and Rizzo were allied on their previous tribe together, can't hate the move.
No. I mean, she doesn't know about. I mean, it's a perfect person to give it to, entertainment wise. Obviously, doesn't know this because I mean, Rizzo loves having an idol, and like we'll see what he gets up to this season with his idol. But that is a little perk that Rizzo has of nobody seeing his season, because I think if they had seen 49, nobody's given Rizzo an idol to go, do his little theatrics with. But since they haven't seen it, it's nice to see. I'm interested to see what the Riz Gods got planned with his idol this time around.
Yeah, I mean he can't. He's a little more limited in what he can do because he can't play it on anyone else. He can't give it
Mhm.
to anyone else. Which, now that I think about it, that makes how at a certain point you have to really consider if it's worth holding on to that idol because other people know you have it. And if a knowledge is power comes out, there's nothing you can do at that point.
Can't give it to anybody. Like, you're just cooked.
Honestly, yeah, that's an idol that you're better off using sooner than later.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it in terms of like a knowledge is power, but yeah, you almost can't afford to hold on to it for too long.
What was it called? Like dynamic. Like what did we vote for?
It
Dynamic
was dynamic
advantages.
advantages, yeah.
Like, well, I mean, we've only seen. I mean, Savannah got her block a vote or whatever, and we've seen the Billie Eilish boomerang idol. But I mean, surely there's more up the sleeve, right? If we're
Yeah,
going
yeah,
dynamic
yeah.
advantages, so I mean,
Oh yeah, yeah.
that could definitely come into play.
They've only done what, 2 journeys so far? I'm sure we're gonna
Yeah,
get another one soon. Probably not next episode because, as the preview showed, it is gonna be a double, but I
um,
feel like there'll definitely be more advantages coming into play.
yeah,
They probably wanted to wait on having the advantages come into play because they want to minimize essentially what happened with Savannah, where someone got an advantage and then got voted out with it.
yeah.
Because that's
Uh,
no fun.
I want to hear your take on this, because this is something I like saw people, like somebody talking about online, is like the Billie Eilish whole thing. I could really see it. Like, the producers got to, like, from a producer standpoint, like, it could really all fall down. Like, I don't know. We'll see if somebody actually gets the boomerang back to them. But from what we've been seeing, it really seems like Genevieve could get idled out by Aubrey, right? And if that happens, then Ozzy keeps his idol like 100%, and like Rizzo keeps his idol 100%, and then it's like, oh, what? No boomerang? And then Aubrey played her idol, so Christian's not getting the boomerang. Like, are we gonna see a boomerang? Because right now, I'm kind of like, it does not really seem like there's gonna be any boomeranging happening.
There's a chance it doesn't. There is a chance it doesn't. We'll just have to wait and see. You know?
Mm-hmm. It all depends on how the Aubrey Genevieve like feud ends, because that is very like key to the whole
Yep.
thing.
So we get to the challenge. Besides he who must not be named, anything about the challenge you want to talk about?
I mean, there was one thing I did write down is there was like a huge reaction to like Q being voted out. I don't know if you like noticed that. Like he was like, "Oh, Q has been voted out," and like, I mean, this is like the biggest reaction I've seen of people so far this season. Is like, "Oh my god,
Well,
like
I
he's
think it's
gone."
because Q was one of the strongest people on that tribe. I mean, if not the strongest. I don't know particularly who you would
Mhm.
consider stronger between Q and Ozzy. Probably Ozzy still, but I mean, Q
Yeah.
is no slouch in challenges.
The only thing I was gonna say is they could have really used the little Q action in the. Honestly, I don't know if they win the
Yep.
challenge still, but like, I mean, it wouldn't have hurt. They might have gotten the thing through the net if he was there at least. Like
Yeah, they needed a Q.
that, they are cooked challenge wise. Like in my opinion, like just this was such a this challenge was not a oh my god who's not going to win immunity. It was who's going to get first place and get
Actually,
to win the reward.
to be specific, it was will D get the reward or is
Yep, yeah.
D's dreams about to be crushed? And fortunately for D, her dreams were crushed,
Yeah.
which is tragic.
Mhm.
I really hope that somehow fate finds a way that D does get to meet he who must not be named at some point.
I mean, after this episode, I mean, surely he's watching it. I mean, he's in it, and like, I mean, D like, I mean, from what we saw, number one fan. Like, she guessed. It seemed. I think. I don't know if she guessed it. I feel like
Mhm.
she was like, "Oh my god, is it this guy? Is it like?" It seemed like from what we saw, like she like guessed who it was somehow. She was like, "Oh my god, you've changed my life," like type of thing. And then she was after the
It,
challenge
I
crying about it.
I will take D being upset about this reward over in 46 Liz being upset over Emily's.
Hey, we got a
Cause like
flashback to that this episode too.
cause like the Liz one, that really just made me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah, that was
Like you could tell that she had raw emotion, and I felt so bad for her.
yeah.
Whereas D was upset, but like she maintained herself. So yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, not going to talk about reward. We already talked about that. Blah 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 blah. Hey, now at this point we can only have to talk about Vadu because that's all that matters
Yep.
now. All
One
right.
thing I do want to say is
Yep.
obviously we're not talking about the reward, but I said it in our little chat. The absolute whiplash of going from, that whole segment that, yeah, I mean, neither of us were a huge fan of, to this vote off was insane because it's like going from something we don't really like, we're not a big fan of at all, to this
Uh huh.
like crazy vote. It's like, oh my God, like I wish we would have gotten like 30 more minutes of this because this was wild.
Oh my goodness. All right. So let me see if I got everything straight because this is such a turn of events. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So Plan A is all right. So Plan A was that they were going to target Angelina.
Mhm.
And the people targeting Angelina presumably were going to be Emily, Stephanie, Ozzy, and I presume Christian.
Yeah.
All right. Plan B. Mike comes up with a plan. Let's not get rid of Angelina. Let's get rid of Emily. So Mike decides we're going to take out Emily. So Mike decides it's going to be him, Angelina, Christian, and Stephanie, I think.
Yeah, 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 Stephanie.
And but Christian's concerned because him and Emily had been playing the game together, and Then Mike starts talking about Gabby.
Yeah.
Do you remember in the pre-seasonal stuff how Christian, one of the things Christian talks about is how he really enjoyed how Mike used narrative warfare?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
This is what Christian was talking about.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Was Mike literally going to Christian and being like, "Do you remember when you played with a similar person like this and how they eventually tried to stab you in the back? You can't do the same mistake again. We need to take out Emily now." And in that moment, Christian realized, you know what? Mike's right. Not about that I need to take out Emily, but that Mike is a huge ass threat.
Yeah, I mean, he's like Mike. I think what he said, which I thought was a cool, he's like, Mike is the most dangerous person on this island, and like honestly, like I don't disagree with them. Mike is so good at just like paint, like narrative warfare, painting his picture to you, and like trying to, you know, I think Christian said
He
like knife to the heart. He knows what like how to twist the knife to make you do what he wants.
he does just enough in the challenges that he wouldn't be targeted as like a liability, while at the same time managing his threat level so fucking well that the fact that he isn't a threat is what makes him a threat.
Yeah.
And Christian realizes it and is like, you know what? I want to save Angelina. I want to save Emily. I can make this happen. All I need is Stephanie and Emily to join me. And Christian begins pulling off a 3-2-1 on Mike.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was
Holy
very
crap.
funny that like Stephanie was just kind of like we didn't really hear like a lot of like her inner like her very detailed thoughts about this vote. She
Yeah,
just kind of
why
seemed
does
along for the
Stephanie go
ride.
along with it? Yeah, why
Like,
does Stephanie go along with it?
I guess the last episode featured Mike, which I mean he didn't end up doing, but he straight up was like, "I'm voting you, Stephanie." Like he said that to her face, so maybe that ended up factoring into her doing that. But
Maybe.
like, we did not hear like any of her like like what like why is she so on board with it? Like her and Christian don't seem to be like super close, or her and Emily. So I mean, maybe
I feel
it's like
like
a Sandra thing, like anybody but me.
yeah,
I don't
I
know.
think that's what it was I think Stephanie had to resort to Sandra levels of gameplay where she was just like, "You know what? If the plan ain't me, I'll go with whatever the most recent plan that sounds real is."
Yeah.
And I think the way Christian explained it to her, she was like, "Oh, Christian's not bullshitting me. This is an actual plan."
I thought it was very funny when he was explaining it to her. Like he seemed like I think he's a little too used to like playing with like big gamers like Rick Devens and like he's like, let me tell you how we can get Mike out. And she's like, okay, tell me. And he's like, all right, 3, 2, 1 vote. We do this, and then they do this. And she's like, oh okay. Like I don't know. It seemed like he was expecting like a bigger reaction from her of this like glorious like 3, 2, 1 vote. And she's like, oh, so we get Mike out? He's like, oh, yeah, we get Micah.
And this here's the thing, okay? So at this moment in the episode, okay, I am like, yes, Christian, the move for you is to take out Mike, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then Emily pulls Ozzy aside in front of Christian.
Yeah. In front of Christian is the craziest part too.
After Christian, keep in mind, says, do not tell Ozzy. So Emily tells Ozzy. And at
Oh
that moment, I said, you know what, Christian, you need to take out Emily.
yeah. I
Emily is. I don't know what is going on with Emily, but like, Christian, if you continue to tie yourself to her, she is going to come out on top. She is testing to see what she can get away with, and you're letting her get away with so much.
yeah, she like I don't know, doing it I get it from her perspective. Like she these last like 2 rounds has been like trying to like get Ozzy in her back pocket cuz like I think she kind of
Yep.
knows Christian and Rick are kind of closer together. Like she wants her own little side piece in the equation.
Right, but she should also know that Ozzy and Sari are together. I mean, yeah, Sari's not here, but like, come on.
Yeah, she's got this weird like I need Ozzy with me, which is like really funny because like the first 2 episodes were like I want Ozzy out from her. So I don't know. She is just a like all over the place player. So yeah, I mean, Mike super dangerous. Emily cannot stop talking. So I don't know. It's hard for me to say this is a bad move from Christian until like I need to see what happens next before I can like declare like you fucked up.
Here's the reason why I think that it's a bad move, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because coming out of this tribal council, okay?
Yep.
Angelina's mad at Christian because Christian just took out Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Oz is mad at basically everyone, but probably mostly at like Emily and Christian because they're the ones that he felt the closest to, I imagine. Stephanie might not necessarily be mad at Christian, but Stephanie has no loyalty to Christian.
Yeah, I mean, not that we've seen at all.
I truly believe that if this tribe goes to tribal again, Ozzy, Angelina, and Stephanie are going to take out either Christian or Emily.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's going to happen.
The only thing
I think it's more likely that they take out Christian than Emily.
My only like thing with that is like I know like the last 2 rounds Ozzy's been so like gung ho on getting Angelina out. Like I mean they'd have to put aside their like quote unquote differences because I mean Ozzy was like trying to get Angelina out that round. Like Angelina would have to like truly be so mad at Christian, squash the beef with like Ozzy who's been trying to get her out like the last 2 rounds. And I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see. Because I know, I mean, Ozzy, I mean, it seems like he just wants Angelina out to get close to Mike and to, like, you know, make them win challenges. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to wait to super judge it until after this next episode. Because, let's be honest, this tribe is going back to Tribal Council next episode. There is
100%.
zero doubt in my mind. Zero doubt whatsoever. So, we will see what happens. But yeah, no, I definitely could see like when it was happening in real time, I was like, honestly, like I mean, I get taking out Mike, but also like low key, like if he takes out Emily, I don't mind that either because Emily is proven time and time again to not like not have his best interests in mind and like just spills information.
Yeah. I think taking out Mike is better long term, but I think it makes the short term harder.
Yeah.
Because at this point, Christian has fully. Unless Christian goes with Angelina, Ozzy, and Stephanie and says, okay, now I will target Emily.
That would be
Which
crazy.
maybe, but
Yeah.
I will say Christian doing the zipping your lips thing behind Ozzy, that's staring at Emily, really funny.
That was hilarious.
But yeah, I mean, we get to tribal, and I don't know. Is there anything even? Tribal seemed pretty standard to me. I didn't really notice anything.
No, I mean Emily started like, I mean, in my head I was like, oh, I mean, Mike had his whole like long speech. I'm like, okay, Mike's probably going, but then Emily had her little like, oh, vibes seem off. I was like, okay, maybe it could be either one.
I literally was like, I thought for sure that in that moment Christian switched from Mike to Emily.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Like
good.
he doesn't have to tell anyone. He can just switch and Emily goes.
Yeah.
So like, ugh.
Yeah,
like,
is this the craziest vote of the season? Probably, right? I'm trying to like the other ones seem pretty straight. Like the Q one, I mean, that was like unan besides Stephanie. I mean, Jenna was like unanimous pretty much.
Maybe Savannah. Maybe Savannah's.
I mean, that one, I mean, I think this is the biggest one where it's like there's going to be repercussions that I'm like excited to see what's going to happen. like Savannah got voted out, and like the next episode, I wasn't like, ooh, like what's gonna happen? No, there's people pissed off from this vote, and I'm like super hyped to see like what the outcome's gonna be.
I did just think of one thing.
Okay.
I mentioned that I'm very concerned now about Christian for next tribal.
Yeah.
There is that fake idol at tribal.
Ooh. Yeah. I'm. That's part of the, it's like that has to come up later, right? I feel like it'd be so weird for them
It's
to like show
Chekhov's
the whole
gun.
thing.
It has to. It has to.
Yeah. Like they did the whole like it'd be so wild for them to do that whole big like segment of it, and like I feel like they could have easily like edited around it. No, like
They could have. I mean, they could also show it to show like, damn, he really should have gone for it. He had a way for it.
yeah,
It
okay,
could
okay,
also, the thing is that because Devins also knows about it, obviously, it could be a payoff for Rick as well.
yeah, this is true.
Uh, but yeah, I think that really about does it for the episode. Um,
Yeah,
I wish
I
we
mean,
had more strategic talk with, you know, quite a few people. Just for the sake of saying their name, because they were apparently in the episode. Shout outs to Camilla. Shout outs to Jonathan, who I guess was there. Sari, I guess, was there. Joe, Joe's still in the game.
yeah,
Coach, we didn't really see a lot of Coach this time.
he had a
Shout
very
out to
emotional
Christy,
confessional.
Colby, Tiffany. Could have seen a lot more of these people. Instead, we got a fucking country singer.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
What was his name? I don't even remember. I don't
we
even
don't
remember
say
at
his
this
name.
point.
We don't say his
No,
name.
yeah, no clue.
But Survivor, if you spend that much time on another celebrity this season,
Oh my god, I'm
you
so
fucked
scared.
up.
I'm so like I'm amplified all of my fears this episode did with the other he who should not be named. Like I'm terrified how long that segment's gonna be. Like at least he
Based,
can't sing, right? Like it just has
based
it
on
seems
the
like it's gonna be the auction, right? So maybe it won't
based
be
on
that
the
long.
promotional stuff, I think he's more likely to show up for like either like you said, an auction or like a twist.
Yeah.
And like if it's a celebrity who is showing up, who is like explaining a twist in the game, I'm actually not opposed to that. But
Yeah.
like, just the look, I know I said I'm not going to say his name, but I literally need to quote myself here.
Okay.
I literally just wrote down. Where did I write it down? I literally just wrote down. Is Zach Brown? like, is, like we're making the reward an actual person? What's going on here?
I mean the way
Are
they
we
did the
objectifying
confessional.
Zach Brown?
No, oh, there is one thing I wanted to say earlier. I should have brought it up.
Yeah.
They called I'm not gonna say the name. The name you just said. They called him the best reward in Survivor history. Do you agree
Yeah.
with that? That is crazy. That is crazy. No,
I'm trying to think. Well, so here's the thing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, it's a better reward than just getting supplies or food.
Yeah. No. 100%.
Most of the time, when you have a reward that is like truly memorable for a season, technically it's something that if you paid enough money, you could probably do it.
Yeah.
Actually interacting with him is probably, I don't know if I would say it's the best reward, but I can see why they would say it.
Yeah.
Because,
I don't
like,
know.
yeah, going to, like, the Great Barrier Reef and Survivor Australia is crazy. But, like, I could spend money and do a tour there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if there's any, are there other examples of rewards where, like, the reward is genuinely something that you probably could not pay money to accomplish? And I'm not talking, like, millions and millions of dollars. Of course,
Yeah.
if you give someone $1 billion, you can probably do whatever the fuck you want in the world. But like, Is there any other reward that like would cost more than, let's say, $10,000 to do?
I mean, probably not from what I can think of. I mean, the rewards that I was like, when they said that, I was like, I mean, we had people going to volcanoes. Like, there's the clip of Boston Rob throwing the idol clue into the
Don't get me
volcano.
wrong, I would rather go to a volcano as a reward.
Yes,
But
yes,
like from a
yes.
monetary perspective, it probably is the reward that costs the most.
I don't know how much money you think you got to give Zach Brown for just good like couple hours with him. You think he'd take some money to just
All right, the
hang
way
out?
you phrased that, I don't think you meant it the way you phrased it, but it sounded really rad, really bad.
No, that's the. I just want to hear him sing some songs.
I mean, I guess if you think about it, it would I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how
Yeah.
much a VIP ticket costs, or if
Mhm.
a VIP ticket would even get you the chance to say hi to him or anything.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I think it's hard to put a price on, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. I like just
I
them saying that made me like think of like all like the crazy rewards they used to do. Like,
yeah,
I mean, shit, like they used
I'm
to give
gonna
away cars.
I'm gonna
I
point
think I
this
have a
out. I'm gonna
car.
point this out. You ready?
Okay.
If this is a reward this early in the season, where do you go from here for rewards?
Oh, the Mr. Beast Feastable reward, bro. It's over. Cancel the season.
No,
Cancel the
no.
season. Cancel the
Oh
season.
my god. All right. Well, I'm canceling this podcast. All
Oh,
right. Well, thanks for listening, people. I don't know why you do, but I enjoy that people are listening to us ramble about Survivor when, we're not probably the most expert people on it. But we have Survivor knowledge between us.
yeah, yeah. Little Minecraft
Uh
survivors.
yeah.
Little watching Survivor.
Yeah. If you're enjoying this, check out I was gonna say check out something. I don't even know. Check out Big Homie. That's pretty cool. Or other Minecraft survivors. They're all really chill. Stick around. Eventually, my first Minecraft Survivor season will go up. Hasn't happened yet, but it's gonna be pretty awesome. I've talked about it before. But yeah. Until then, I guess we'll see you next week when we get to talk about two people being voted out.
Ooh,
Actually,
I'm
real
ready.
quick. Real
Okay.
quick, okay?
Yeah.
Gut call, don't explain reasoning. Two
Okay.
people going next week, go.
Charlie, 100%, I think, is probably going. Um, Charlie and Stephanie, I'll say, or Charlie and Angelina, just because
I'm
I
go-
can't pick Christian. I can't pick Christian. That's my goat.
I'm gonna go Emily, and I'm gonna
Okay.
go Genevieve.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
I could definitely see your picks too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that'll do it. Bye, everyone.
Bye.